that the sound that your 6.0 liter Powerstroke is making? If so, stay tuned because I think I can probably show you how to fix it. These are easy to come out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws there. There's a screw back here. There is a screw right here, a screw right here, and then there's a few little push little plastic pin things. I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get the tire removed, and I'm gonna get that one removed, and then I'm gonna go to the other side and I'm gonna remove the other side as well, and I'll be back. All right, so we got this the pin remover. This is a 5/16. This is an 11 millimeter. This is a 5.5 millimeter to get these bolts right here. All right, and then I'll just use that to get the tire off. This is gonna go pretty fast, so see if you can keep up. Oh shit. You know what? That might be a 10, y'all. And it was 10 millimeter. All right, and in real time, see if I can't get this thing out in a timely fashion. There we go. All right, so we depressurized the system. I'm about to start taking all of this apart so that I can pull this loom back. I can pull this out of the way, pull the air box out. I gotta get this CAC tube out. We're going to disconnect this positive lead on the battery. We don't want that shorting out anything. If we touch anything. I'm just going to put the nut back on it right there. Put you over here somewhere. Out of the way. All right. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's get this. Let's get the CAC tube out. All right, CAC tube out. these are 10mm nuts. This is the thick one, by the way, if you don't know, or if you didn't know. Son of a bitch. Alright, you gotta, that's your crankcase ventilation. Alright, there we go. Coincidentally, I found this zip tie this morning when I went into town to get the final few pieces that I... Okay, so the GoPro died on me. I just zip tied the wire loom up out of the way. I am about to start taking out this oil feed tube. You got two, it looks like 10mm there, and then oh shit, I need to put something over that. Hold on. There's a, I believe it's an 8mm holding on this oil drain tube, and then two 10mm at the top. This is where this coolant line goes. I took this side off so I could loop it on the jug so that I wouldn't lose everything in there, but I was losing fluid out of here, so I just took a vacuum nipple and just shoved it down on there so that that fluid wouldn't keep continuing to come out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get those bolts out, those two, and then the one down here, and then I'm gonna put some WD-40 on the clamps, because that's gonna be coming up soon too. All right, you're gonna want to hit your clamps with a crap load of WD-40. Right, there's one, that one right there that goes, that's the exhaust out, and then there's one on the back side of here. Crap load. All right, so like I said, I got the turbo oil feed undone. I undid the VGT sensor there, and now it's time to loosen the pedestal bolts. You probably can't see it, but my finger's on one right here, and there's one on the other side over here, and then there's one in the back that's straight down. For the 05 anyway, they oriented the bolts differently for the younger, the 03 and 04 and a half, I believe. All right, I'm gonna get those. I'll be back. All right, so I got the left one off and the right one off. Now I need to get the one in the back, which is gonna be a giant pain in the dick, but here we go. All right, so we got the back one out, and believe it or not, that one was actually the easiest of the three to get out. I just had way more leverage on it, being able to use my socket wrench instead of a hand wrench. All right, so everything that I see online is you just get in there and just hug the shit out of the turbo and rock it out. So I'll get that done now. All right, so I just rocked it out. And boom! Turbo, boys and girls. So online, whenever I was looking all this up before I started to tackle this project, there was a lot of misinformation. Like there was people that said that some of this stuff was 11mm, and well, to take these two bolts out here, it was a 13mm and a 10mm to get this side out. I'm about to get down and tackle the other side that's down back there. But let me get at that and I'll come back. All right, so with the fender well out, I got a pretty good view of the pipe here without having to completely lay in the dirt. I got the top one out, just sprayed a healthy amount of WD-40 on it. I'm about to try to get this bottom one out, and then I could pull that Y pipe out. All right, we got the Y pipe out. Here's the new one. Let's set that right there. Let's go up here and take a look. Okay, so I dropped the new Y pipe in there. I'm a little scared that this back left isn't going to seal, but we'll see. I've heard stories about these things not fitting correctly. I hope that's not the case for this one. Alright, so I got the clamp on there. I'm going to use this trick that I saw online. Is like you take this and you wrap it around the Y pipe and you mount it over here somewhere, the other end of it, and then you ratchet strap the pipe like all the way flush, because if it's not all the way flush, they say that you're gonna have a leak no matter what. So let me get that ratcheted up and I'll be back. Okay, so I got the Y pipe on there good and snug. I got the exhaust on there good and snug. The oil feed tube I put back on and clipped in the sensor here. I got everything put back together so I can start it. I'm not going to put everything back in it until I know that I've fixed the sound, and hopefully it is fixed. So I'm going to start the truck now.